I won't get into that. I'll let some of my classmates just revel in that glory of breaking a 5-game Thursday losing streak, a 4-game, a 3-game losing streak. Anyway, whatever. Listen, it was a good week, productive week. It's still early. I'm trying to be good. Listen, I want to start off right at the bat and wish Godfrey and Gayleen Burnside 44 years of marriage today. 44 years. That's a good number. And I know somebody's listening, and I know 44 is going to be trending somewhere in some shop somewhere. But listen, congratulations to Gayleen and Godfrey.
Yes, it's a very happy anniversary to Gayleen and Godfrey. 44 years, a lifetime indeed. And, marriage is not always the easiest thing. And so we celebrate you guys for stickability, for 44 years of being there through it all. And so we just wish you many more years of happiness, peace, and joy as you celebrate today. May the best be yet to come for both of you.
Yeah, no doubt. And also, Star, I'm going to ask you how your week was in a second, but I want to just send a shout out to my second daughter, Kaylee Kirsten Simon. She's got this thing called Box of Smiles, Star. You might remember it. It started in 2017 as a class project. Now it's just something so much bigger than that. It's literally an initiative to really put smiles on children's faces. People are invited to submit gifts to Windsor School, and she and her classmates and the school have been donating gifts now for the past 5 years to children who need them. This year, obviously, children who would have been in fact affected by the pandemic have an excellent opportunity to receive gifts from them. So if you're watching and you want to contribute to this, she's got a handle at Box of Smiles 2021, at Box of Smiles 2021 on Instagram, or you can just deliver a gift, child's gift, to the school.
Yes, congratulations, Kaylee. That's my world changer right there. Looking forward to seeing who she's going to develop into. She's already such a brilliant young lady, so articulate, so poised, so beautiful, and so smart. And then she has this beautiful heart. Perfect combination of you and her mom. So yes, Kaylee, we celebrate that. We encourage people, as you go about the season, even, so many of us might not even be in the position that we ourselves want to be in. There's still some room to give, right? And that's the purpose of the holiday season, to make sure that we're looking to see whose days we can make merry and bright. So follow along to Windsor and make sure that you drop those gifts off. Congratulations to you, Kaylee, for 5 years of putting smiles on kids' faces. That's just absolutely phenomenal.
Amazing. Now, how was your week? Really quickly, how was your week, Star? I mean, you're always busy.
Yeah, I'm always busy, and I've got kids, and they pick up bugs and different little things here and there. So it's been a week of doctors and medication and trying to make sure that everybody's okay. But all in all, it's a good week, Phil. Any day above ground is a good day. And, I'm blessed. These are just little temporary things. There are people whose kids are really challenged continuously. And so, in all things, we just give thanks. So I'm looking forward to today's show and ready to get into it. Who do we have coming up?
Yeah, we'll find out how Team Bahamas is doing at the Junior Pan Am American Games. That's ongoing right now. And Dionne Cunningham, the very talented maestro, is here to tell us about the upcoming Adventures in the Arts Christmas program.
Looking forward to that. Zonta is also back, and they're going to be telling us about their gender-based violence webinar for guidance counselors. And Hubert Edwards will tell us more about the Success Summit happening this weekend. Before we get into any of it though, Phil, we're going to take a first look at weather with the anniversary man himself, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Star, and good morning, Bahamas, and thank you to both you, Star and Philip, for the anniversary wishes. First, look at weather sunrise. High pressure to the north of the islands is a dominant weather feature, and that will continue through the weekend. But we have some troughing across the southeastern islands. In Alba, maybe one at Crooked Island, and there was trickle or pockets of showers during the daytime. Today, though, mostly sunny and warm, with a chance of a few light showers, mainly across the southeastern islands. High temperature, 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, few clouds, still on the cool side. You look going down to 65 degrees Fahrenheit. And some region highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados, 88 and 77. In Jamaica, 88 and 75. In Trinidad, 85 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 86 and 73. Across North America, Atlanta, 75 and 46. In Raleigh, 70 and 49. In Miami, 77 and 63. Dallas, Texas, 74 and 60. And Toronto, Canada, 36 and 29. As you go to the weekend, lovely weekend, so weather-wise, lots of sunshine, warm temperatures, still a couple of showers over the southeastern islands. Those subject daytime will be in the mid-80s at daytime, at nighttime in the mid-60s. That puts you up on your first look at the weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. More than 3,500 athletes from 41 countries are in Cali, Colombia to compete in the inaugural Junior Pan Am American Games, including our very own 14-member team, Bahamas. Here to tell us more about this is Clarence Rolle. He's the chief of the mission of the Junior Pan Am Games, and Carlos Brown, a sprinter on Team Bahamas. Good morning, Carlos. Boy, you got it all going this morning. At first, I didn't recognize you, but welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
All right, thank you. Good morning. It's great to be back on Sunrise as usual.
Yes, Clarence. I'm sorry, Clarence. You know, usually you're looking like one of the athletes, but this morning you're all grown up.
Trying to be distinguished.
Yes, very much distinguished. So you guys are there. You got the flag in the background. I think it's been ongoing now for a couple of days, almost to the end of it. But how's it been going? Well, let's take a step back. For persons who don't know, you know, what is the Pan Am Junior Games all about?
So the Pan Am Games, the Senior Pan Am Games, have been in existence since 1951. They've already had 18 of those. They do it every 4 years. But this is the first time they're doing a Junior Pan Am game, which is for younger athletes. And this is being done, the inaugural event in Cali, Colombia. Like you said, there are almost 4,000 athletes, all on this part of the world. That's countries all over North America, South America, and Central America. And so basically you have the best in this part of the world competing head to head against each other.
Yeah. So now, what do we call junior? You know, junior, and you know, which age range is junior?
Yeah, for these games, people will be 23 and under. That's a bit older than normal because, as you know, this year has not been a normal year. Neither was last year. And these games were postponed several times. So the organizers felt that in order to really do justice to people who would have qualified last year, right, been able to participate, but were not able to participate this year, they would include them. And so the cutoff age of about 21 was no longer in effect. They raised it just a little bit to accommodate others. So we have a wide age range of people participating here, people who are 14, 15, all the way up to 23 years old.
Wow, okay, great stuff. And so we have a 14-member team, that's correct. What are the areas that they're competing in?
Sure, we actually had 18 members named to the team. It would have been more like 40 athletes, but as we said, this is not a normal year. So for many reasons, people couldn't make it, especially since this is an unusual time of the year to have games. But we did end up with 18 athletes being able to make it, being named, and 14 actually made it to Cali or Calima, which is another city nearby where we're having competitions. And they're competing in 5 different sports: athletics, swimming, rowing, wrestling, and triathlon. And we have still athletics, a few events there to go, and we still have the wrestling event to go. Okay, all right. So Carlos,
you know, it's early morning. I'm pretty sure you're used to this in your training, but you know, tell us a little bit about yourself and what competition are you in?
The 100 and the 200.
All right, you've been doing this for a long time?
Yeah, very long time.
So, you know, have you competed yet? You know, how are the races going so far? How's the experience been?
The experience has been great.
I've competed in the 100 heats and the finals. I came fifth overall in the finals. And
All
the
right.
200 heats, I did the 200 heats. I made it to the finals. Stuff like that.
All right. So the finals for the 200 is still upcoming?
Yes, today.
It's today. Okay. And we got you up early here. But listen, only good things happen when you come on Bahamas at sunrise. So I get a feeling that everything's going to be excellent later today. It's been a little bit of a different experience. I believe you've been in competitions before. COVID has kind of changed our world. What has that been like?
I mean, it's been a difficult task to train and stuff like that, but we still come along good.
Yeah. So you're junior Pan Am right now. What happens? What's next for you?
We get Curve the next year, World Juniors next year, and I'm looking forward to making those teams next year. God spare my life.
So is it going to be a break or training just keeps on going?
Training just keeps on going. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Carlos is a very modest young man. Let me tell you, he has been outstanding in this competition. He's had 2 races, the 100 and 200. He has advanced to the finals in both of them. And the times he has done has been incredible. He's been close to personal bests each time. And it's just a bright light. We couldn't say anything negative about Carlos. His attitude, his effort has all been on point. It's been 100% or more if that can be done. And so we're really proud of him. I think the Bahamas should be proud of him. This time of the year, people are just getting into track and field, and he's in good form already. So Carlos Brown is a name to look out for and someone we can be proud of for many years to come.
Yeah, no doubt about that. We've certainly taken note. I'm just looking at him. He's wearing his, Bahamas, gold right there. So certainly we're gonna look out for Carlos as he continues to advance. But Clarence, the other athletes, how have they been doing? I think you also mentioned swimming. Give us an update.
Sure. Our swimmers were outstanding as well. We had 7 athletes participate in swimming. Most of them are in university. We have 2 high school students who also participated. And they did very well. We made 4 B finals, one by Devante Carey, one by Lamar Taylor, 2 by Tyler Russell. And we won the 2 that Tyler Russell participated in. He won the B finals for 200 breasts as well as the 100 breasts. And so they've been excellent. Up to this point, unfortunately, we have not medaled. But these games are not only about medals. In fact, medals are something that's secondary. It's about camaraderie. It's about friendship. It's about the spirit of sportsmanship. And that's something that we have excelled in. Again, it's been very unusual. We have countries that are doing very well. We are countries who normally dominate and not so near the top of the medal standings. The United States, for example, is not leading. That's something that people are not used to. In fact, right now they sit 3rd, well behind Brazil and Colombia. So the host country is doing very well. And we have countries like our Caribbean brothers and sisters, Jamaica, for example, who have not yet medaled either. So it's been an interesting time. It's been a time where everybody walks around with masks. That's mandated. To participate in the games, everybody had to be fully vaccinated. And so for sure, this has been a different experience, but it's one I believe our athletes and our officials will remember for a long, long time.
A long time. So you're nearing the end of the games. When does the team return home?
Yes, the team return home on Sunday. We still have our discus event, Taraj Hudson. In that, we still have today our high jumper. Morning at 7 a.m., we have a rower participating about 2.5 hours away from Cali. The location is Lake Kalima, and she is entered in an event called M1X, which is really just a row sprint, a 1-person row sprint. And finally, we have our wrestler, Chigozie Ajima Jr., who will be representing us in 97K freestyle wrestling. So we still have quite a few events to go, and we're going to be flying the Bahamian flag proudly.
All right, excellent. Clarence, what do you say? Carlos, you say you've been doing this for a long time, but you could only be doing this for so long. You still look like a teenager there. I'm sure you pretty much, how has this training been? What do you say to other, young persons younger than you who might be looking to kind of get into athletics? What's required to be a successful athlete?
I mean, you gotta remain humble and stay focused and stuff like that, and put your schoolwork first and train hard, be dedicated.
All right, there you go. Just the bullet points answer. Thank you so much. Clarence, Carlos, thank you so much for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Wishing the team all the success in remaining events and, of course, safe travel back home. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
First, it's more than just our name, more than just our achievements. It's our nature. And it's where we put our customers. At Bahamas First, we've refreshed our look, but our nature remains the same. We design insurance solutions that protect our customers from life's uncertainties, whatever they may be. We equip you for the future so that you can recover stronger. Bahamas First, what's first for you comes first for us.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Since 1967, Freeport Oil Company Limited has been dedicated to fueling growth and prosperity in the Bahamas. We have been a constant pillar within the country, striving to invest and support our community through the best of times and the worst of times. For us, Full Call represents 21 years of strength and consistency, consistent leadership, consistent growth, consistent customer service. Through it all, we are resilient. Full Call, fueling growth for people.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. The Christmas edition of Adventures in the Arts is happening December 17th and 18th. And here to tell us more, we're very happy to welcome Dionne Cunningham. He's a pianist and the founder of Adventure in the Arts. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise, Dionne.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you with us. I'm so excited to see Adventures in the Arts back. How did Adventure in the Arts begin for those who might have missed you coming on our show several years ago?
Adventures in the Arts started when I was a student in university, completing my graduate studies. It started in 2016, during a very difficult time in my experience where I was trying to raise funds for my education. And so I had this idea that instead of trying to do the traditional recitals for the general public in our community, I would try to create an experience that would be more appealing to children and youth. And during those first showings, and we call it edutainment because it's not just a performance, but it's education and entertainment. And I offered it as a field trip experience to schools in our community. And those first shows, Anastasia, there were 300 kids that showed up over 2 days. And while I did not necessarily make the financial goal that I wanted, I recognized that what I had in my hands was something much larger. Because the students loved it, their teachers loved it. And I have now begun to do this 5 years later, every year. So we're excited that Adventures, the Christmas edition, even though it's our first Christmas show, this is our 5th show in 5 years doing edutainment outreach in our community.
That is so exciting. And, you know, I love that you call it edutainment. I love that you also say we, right? Because it's not just you. And for anybody who has seen me play, and for real fans of the show, they would have seen me play on our actual set before. They will know how amazingly talented you are. It really is something to see and behold. But it's not just you playing. You also have some other people. So who are your featured artists this year?
Yes, so those first couple of shows that I did were just myself. but now it has grown, and I have a team of incredible artists. We are having our largest cast ever of 9. Known quantities in our community: Alan Pacino Wallace, who's a visual artist who will be doing live art during the show. I also have international colleagues, people like Daphne Lee from the Dance Theater of Harlem in New York City, Ricky Flagg from Collage Dance Collective in Memphis, Tennessee. And in addition to wonderful vocalist Shara Jones, Danielle Lee, violinist Cameron Pratt, cellist Ramel Shera, tenor, my cousin, my family, Rashad Cunningham, is coming to bring the house down again, as he did in our last shows. And yeah, I'm just humbled to be presenting this work to and share this work with an incredible cast who will help to bring the stories of adventures in the arts to life. In addition to our 6 narrators and film team that help to weave the story together through multimedia production.
Wow. So, okay, so we got 6 narrators and a multimedia team, plus all of the artists that you mentioned, dancers, violinists, singers, visual artists. And it's a Christmas show. So is it Christmas themed? Like, will we get some Feliz Navidad? Are we going to get, like, talk to me about what we can experience? After such a, I guess, a bland 2020, it wasn't bland enough, right? Had lots of excitement, just not the right kinds of excitement. We kind of missed the Christmas shows of 2019 and before. So will we get that feeling and energy from this experience in the art over the 2-day program?
You mean something like this? well, I'm here to tell you that I have had the privilege to perform all over the world during the course of my short career. And I can tell you that we have poured our hearts and soul into this production. It's probably the best production Adventures in the Arts has ever done. You will absolutely hear Christmas themes. The ones that we've come to know, like the great Christmas carols, but also melodies like that one that nobody knows the words to, but we know it and we associate it with Christmas. That is going to be the joy of sharing this show with us, because we're going to share with you so much of the nostalgia that we associate with the holidays. But now we're going to edutain you by sharing with you the background and how it interconnects with not only other arts areas, but also our human existence and how we go through the world as human beings. So yes, absolutely. You come to bring your tissues, bring your laughter. I mean, it's going to be a fun show for all of us. You will see all of us in lights, and many people know a lot of the names that I've mentioned, but you will see us in a format and on a stage like you've never seen us before, including myself.
I'm so ready. So, okay, that's more details. The people are as excited as me. They want to know, we know the dates are the 17th and 18th of December, but what time will it be? Where will it be? And how, of course, can they get tickets, and how much are those tickets?
Yes, so let's see. December 17th are the show days. And both nights it's going to start at 7:30 p.m. It's a full-length show, so there's an intermission and all of that. And it will be at Christ Community Church. Christ Community Church is just off Fire Trail Road, and it's perpendicular to Gladstone Road, so in that area. And then the tickets are $35 for adults, $20 for kids. It is really designed for all generations, for the entire family. You can get tickets not only here at Christ Community Church's office, but you can also get tickets at Island House. And Island House, I have to give them a shout out, because they were one of the original sponsors from the beginning, and they've stuck with us through the last 5 years. So you can get tickets there. And in order for you to reserve tickets, you can call at 361-8782, which is the church's office. We can put those tickets on hold for you. And in the case where you purchase maybe 5 or more tickets, we will actually personally deliver those tickets to you, so you can have those in your hand way in advance of the night that you choose to be here with us.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to it. You bring so much passion to everything you do, Dionne. Just why is it that the classical arts make you so passionate?
Anastasia, I will say this. I've tried to walk away. I'll just say that. I tried to walk away from a life in music, because we know that for any musician who lives and resides in the Bahamas, it's a difficult existence when you really rely on the goodwill of the audience for to attend, but also corporate Bahamas to really support. But I have to say, every day that I wake up and I'm sitting at the piano or I'm teaching or I'm talking about some aspect of music, I honestly come to life. There's were there. And I would say to my general public that 5 years in, Adventures in the Arts is still looking to be self-sustaining. But we really believe in the work that we're doing. And I believe in what it is that I'm doing. So I'm not going to give up. The creativity flow is still there for me. And and I'm excited that one day we will get the kind of support that we will become self-sustaining, and I can really put more than gas in the car at the moment.
Listen, I from one artist to another, I understand, but I thank you for creating anyway. And we continue to just wish you all the best, not only in this holiday season, but as you continue to bring the arts to us. It is so critical, right? It is so vital. It is what kept so many of us alive and going in the midst of the most horrible situation that any of us have faced. And so we celebrate your contribution to that. And we look forward to a dynamic Christmas show. Congratulations for 5. No matter how hard it's been, we celebrate you here in Bahamas at Sunrise. We encourage people to go ahead and get those tickets. How can they keep up with Adventures in the Arts? Are you guys on any social media, or should they follow you directly?
Absolutely. You can follow us. We have our own webpage on Facebook, Adventures in the Arts. You can just type that in. Hashtag Adventures in the Arts, Arts Fusion, Edutainment. Any of those phrases will come up on social media. And of course, if you type in my name, Dionne Cunningham, you will see promotions, us promoting this event as well. But Adventures in the Arts is the main page for all of our activities and to follow all of the amazing things that we're doing. Just last week, I was in Tennessee and in New York City rehearsing with our dancers. That's how serious we take this. And then I was in North Carolina doing a virtual rehearsal with one of our sopranos who's coming in. So yeah, social media is not just for promoting. We are actually using it for rehearsing these days as well. So yeah.
Excellent. We're so excited. All right, December 17th and 18th, make sure to get your tickets for Adventures in the Arts. Dionne Cunningham, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wanda Rogers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rhonda.
Hi, I'm Dr. Valencia Johnson.
Hi, I'm Dr. Monique Sharma.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jazreel Thompson.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bonami.
Hi, I'm Dr. Rajesh Pahawa.
Hi, I'm Dr. Therese Nairn Knowles.
Hi, I'm Dr. Alpheus Alec,
Director of Ambulatory Services at Doctors Hospital.
I'm the consultant surgeon here at Doctors Hospital.
I'm a pediatrician here at Doctors Hospital.
I'm the director of imaging at Doctors Hospital.
An anesthesiologist here at Doctors Hospital.
Infectious diseases physician.
I'm radiologist at Doctors Hospital.
Emergency room physician here at Doctors Hospital.
And I'm clinical director of the Emergency Transport Services and Continuing Medical Education here at Doctors Hospital.
I am vaccinated against COVID-19.
I have been fully vaccinated for COVID-19.
I am fully vaccinated against COVID.
I am fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
And I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID.
I'm fully vaccinated against the COVID-19 virus.
I'm fully vaccinated against COVID-19.
I hope you are too.
Are you?
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 Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I'm Philip Simon, TGIF to you. I'm looking ahead. You know, you can't see it. I'll have to turn it around at a Christmas tree. Where's yours?
Oh, it's right here. I'll show it to you guys later. I did a rainbow tree this year, so I really like it. It's really exciting. And like all of the colors melt, right? So it goes from gold into green, into blues, purples, oranges, reds, pinks. my daughter's obsessed with rainbows, so I decided that this Christmas we would do a rainbow tree for her, and yeah, it came out really well. But that's been up since Thanksgiving, Phil. You know how I go.
Well, it's the 3rd of December, right? I mean, somebody told me the other day, there's like, can't believe 2021 just flew by, and I'm like, it didn't really fly by. It was kind of long for some of us.
Yeah, I mean, I think the older we get, the more we appreciate how valuable time is and how little of it that we have. And so it just depends on where you're standing, right? Whether the year is dragging or whether it's going really quickly. But certainly it has come and gone. And so we've got only 27 more days left in it. And I just hope that people will make the very best of it and already start to work on those things that they hope to be better in 2022, right? So so many things are out of our control, but the one thing that always is our mindset and our determination and our will. And we can't always control what happens around us, but certainly we can control how we plan and prepare, and then how we respond when those things come. So, yeah, I'm sure we'll get into some more of that as we talk later on in our segment. Hubert Edwards is here to talk about the Success Summit, and I'm pretty sure that may come up as well.
Yeah, no doubt. And Zonta's back. Zonta's back to tell us about that gender-based violence webinar for guidance counselors. Such an important topic.
So important that we begin to communicate with our kids as early as possible. Which behaviors are acceptable and which are not. And I hope that there are also primary school guidance counselors in there. I hope that's not a conversation people are waiting on until high school, simply because if you watch how kids interact, we really want to correct those behaviors as early as possible, right? So yeah, great conversations to come. Before we get to any of it though, Phil, who do we have?
We have a second look with Weather at Sunrise with the G-Man. Here's with Gayleen, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Phil, and good morning, Bahamas. In your second look at weather at sunrise, high pressure to the north, dominant weather features across the islands, but we have some troughing across the southeastern islands in the vicinity of Narwhal, Maguana, and Crooked Island, and that will trigger off some pockets of showers during the daytime. In your marine forecast, winds today northeast to east at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or northwest Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, sea 4 to 6 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Saturday, those winds become easterly at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest and central Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, sea 4 to 6 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. On Sunday, those winds east to southeast at 10 to 15 knots, sea 2 to 4 feet, or the northwest Bahamas, 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 6 feet, or the central and southeastern islands. Your tides, because you have a high tide that happened at 6:25 this morning. Your next low tide will be at 53 minutes past midday, high gain this evening at 6:42. Sunset, 5:18 this evening, rising was 6:40. UV index 8, your water temperature 77 degrees Fahrenheit, and the moon phase, you're now moving towards the new moon. External look, high pressure continues to be that dominant weather feature, so we're looking at lots of sunshine, warmer temperatures, slight chance of a couple of showers in the southeastern islands. Low temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime in the mid-60s. That's what you're rocking off. Look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Phil.
Thank you very much, Godfrey. When we spoke with Zonta on Monday about their 16 days of activism to end violence against women, and today they are back to share details about their webinar for guidance counselors. We have Monique Sands, she's the president of the Zonta Club of Nassau, and Dr. Deitra Bethell, oh my goodness, a friend from way back in the day. She's a guidance counselor as well. Ladies, good morning. Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's such an important topic. You know, Star and I, we were chatting about it even offline, and it's one of those things where, and of course, you see the, you know, I think there was a study, you know, with UB students, and you know, there's just a perception out there that, you know, there's a normalcy, unfortunately, that seems to have crept into our culture, into our society about, you know, this topic. But, you know, let's focus on the webinar just for a second. Monique, give us a little bit more about the webinar. What's the topic? What are you expecting to achieve?
Okay, the webinar is going to be held next Tuesday. That's December 7th at 11 a.m. People that are interested in joining can contact the Counsellors Limited for the link. We're inviting all guidance counselors and anyone who counsels youth to attend. The purpose of the webinar is to help guidance counselors and anyone else develop a better understanding of what gender-based violence is, be able to identify physical signs of gender-based violence, be able to identify psychosocial and psychological signs that maybe a youth that you're involved in, a child that you're involved with is experiencing some type of gender-based violence, whether it be in the home or in the school. So those are the main objectives. And also providing tips on offering counseling to those children, to the youth, and drawing out the information you need to get from them. And then we're also going to be having a member of the Royal Bahamas Police Force who will let you know what it is that you can do. If it is that law enforcement needs to be involved.
Yeah, speak a little bit about a little bit more about the agenda in addition to the officer. Who else is expected to participate?
We're expected to have Dr. Calais Philippe, who is the director of the Department of Gender and Family Affairs, and she'll be addressing what gender-based violence is and actually addressing the physical signs. Dr. Wendy Fernandez is a clinical psychologist, and she'll be addressing the psychological and psychosocial signs. And we also have other clinical psychologists involved as well.
Dr. Bethell, how much of a problem is this in our country? How often do you see it? I mean, obviously in the business that you're in, and I shouldn't call it a business, but certainly it's a life business that you're in. How much of a challenge is gender-based violence in the Bahamas, do you think?
Okay, I do think that it's a huge problem, especially for our youth and our children. Now, I do need to make a little bit of a clarification. I'm not in the school system, so the school counselor at this point. I'm actually at UB as an assistant professor of psychology. So a lot of my information now comes through school counselors and my work with school counselors, as well as my work with persons who have had some kind of trauma through my work with mental health and psychosocial support. This is a big problem for us. We are seeing students, we are seeing youth who have themselves experienced some gender-based violence, and we've seen it impacting them or impacted them physically. You can see the physical harm. We can see it impacting them academically, where they're not doing as well as they used to do in their academics. We can see it impacting them socially, where they are acting out. We call them rude or disrespectful, but sometimes it is an impact from the trauma they're experiencing. We might see them getting into fights or arguments with other students, with their colleagues, with their friends. Again, that's the kind of the emotional impact that is playing out for these kids or for these youth. And sometimes they abuse themselves. Sometimes it's what we call secondary trauma, where they're witnessing mommy or daddy or older sister or brother who is exposed to some gender-based violence as well. So they have a secondary kind of reaction to that as well. So this is a large problem that we truly need to take a handle on.
And when we talk about violence and abuse, I mean, usually the first thing that comes to mind is it's physical, which is a big part of it, but I imagine it goes beyond that.
It certainly does. It certainly does. And sometimes we think that the emotional abuse might be even more difficult to manage than the physical abuse, because it's more difficult especially for the younger persons, to understand their emotions. Physically, they can understand being hit or seeing someone who is hit, but oftentimes there's a little bit more difficulty understanding the emotional impact. Why am I acting out? Why am I fighting? Why am I feeling this way? And not understanding that it might be directly or indirectly related to some kind of violence. So that, from my professional perspective, physical abuse is bad. Emotional abuse is even more difficult to understand, especially for the developing brain, the developing mind.
And I would imagine that one size doesn't fit all. Maybe there's different approaches when it comes to, boys and men. Sometimes we think that, it's not so much for them. They're usually the perpetrators, but, there's a certain level of sensitivity as well when dealing with that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. There are developmental challenges. So the way that I would work with an elementary school student might not be the way that I would work maybe with a high school student. So there are developmental challenges there, but there are challenges as it relates to gender as well and sex. You find that typically it's more difficult to work with males. And a lot of that is because of the social stigma attached, the training that they get. Males are supposed to be tough. We don't talk about our emotions. We're not supposed to feel anything. So oftentimes it's more difficult to work with the males than it is to work with the females. It's not impossible. Oftentimes it's more difficult.
Monique, you guys have obviously been spearheading this effort. Why is this such an important focus for Zonta?
Ending gender-based violence is one of Zonta's causes. It's one of our key focuses. Zonta's causes include expanding access to education for women and girls, gender equality, ending child marriage, and ending gender-based violence. Part of Zonta's mission is a world in which women's rights, or vision, sorry, is a world in which women's rights are recognized as human rights, and no woman or girl has to live in fear of violence. And we recognize, however, that it's not just about the women and girls living in fear of violence. A woman or a girl who experiences gender-based violence may perpetrate the same on her son, on her brother, on a male in her life. So we are all affected at the end of the day. We are all affected.
All right, so one more time, give us the details on the webinar. How can people register? Who can attend? The date, the time, etc.
Yes, the webinar is scheduled for next Tuesday, December 7th at 11 a.m. You can contact the Counsellors Limited for the link. And we're encouraging all guidance counselors and anyone involved in youth work, youth or young children, to attend.
All right, great, good stuff. Monique Sands, president of Zonta Club of Nassau, and Dr. Deitra Bethell. Deitra, what's the title again?
Assistant Professor of Psychology at UB.
All right, there you go. Thank you so much, ladies, for being here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Wishing you all the best on next week's webinar.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Great. Watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Shell Holiday Extravaganza for a chance to win over $40,000 in amazing prizes. It's easy to win. Fuel up with $20 gas at any Shell service station. Complete the entry form on your receipt. Take a picture of it and WhatsApp it to 422-0271 or upload it at winwithshellbahamas.com for a chance to win cash, staycations, grocery vouchers, Jumbo gift certificates, free fuel, and so much more. Conditions apply. Happy holidays from Shell.
Disaster strike with little to no warning. We hope for the best, but should be prepared for the worst. And you understand that an always online communication system plays a critical role in business as usual when emergencies occur. At Teleport One, we can prepare your business to operate as normal with our many voice, data, and video solutions. Contact us today and let our team ensure that you operate business as usual. 502-4550 or email sales@teleportone.com.
Imagine what it would be like if there wasn't a referee. That's why we have a referee, to make sure that we all play fair. As an independent regulator, IRCA has been working with consumers and service providers since 2009 to ensure that the regulated sectors are well managed and that everyone's interests are fairly represented. That way, we all get to play on an even playing field. IRCA, improving lives through effective utilities regulation.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Success Summit starts tomorrow with a host of leading entrepreneurs and captains of industries presenting. Back to tell us more, we're very happy to welcome Hubert Edwards. He's the founder of the Hubert Edwards Global Success Summit. And of course, he's joined today by success advocate Valrie Grant and success advocate Ahmad Thompson. Lady and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Anastasia.
Thanks for having us.
Good morning, Star. It's certainly a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, HE. Today's the day. Things get started today. And for those who might have missed it along the way, just remind us, why did you start the Hubert Edwards Global Success Summit?
The summit started because we really wanted to find a way of giving back. And we also wanted to find a way of creating a platform where local presenters, individuals who wanted to share their thoughts, who wanted to share ideas, and who wanted to help other persons to grow and develop would have an opportunity to be on stage, to do so in a significant and well-coordinated and well-produced way. And so it was started out of that, and it has expanded from that initial thinking to say, okay, let's add some philanthropic aspects to it. So we have created the Hubert Edwards Global Scholarship, and we have also created the Leadership Award. And so that's kind of the impetus behind that, where you have individuals like Ahmad and Valrie coming in from Jamaica who can now participate in the Bahamas. The Bahamas is the breeding ground for this, and we want to take that situation, grow it here in the Bahamas, and then spread it out back to the region and the world.
Excellent, excellent. I love it. I love it. Starting in the Bahamas and carrying it throughout the world. And Hubert Edwards, you've been doing this for 5 years now, so congratulations on that. And certainly we've seen the global come into it. This year you've got speakers from Africa, from Canada, and of course throughout the Caribbean, as you mentioned. Valrie, you being one of them. You are the chairman and founder of Geotech Vision. What does your company do?
Oh, we are a technology solutions company, so we mostly deal with location technologies and education technologies. And in the day of COVID, you can imagine how important education technologies really are.
Certainly I can. What will you be sharing at the Success Summit?
Well, I'll be sharing about the digital transformation and preparing for the next normal, because I believe that we live in a digital world. And for us to be good, responsible digital citizens, then we have to have the tools and capabilities to know how we need to navigate successfully to make it in this digital world.
Excellent, Valrie. And certainly, you know, all around my house has been these conversations about crypto and the metaverse and so many things that certainly have come our way since the pandemic has made it more real, right? The fact that you have to be online, the fact that you have to be aware of how to navigate these things, even as a parent, even as a grandparent, with helping your children and grandchildren in online school. So we're looking forward to that conversation. And Ahmad Thompson, we're looking forward to learning more about you. You are the CEO of Astute Talent Management. What is it that Astute Talent Management does?
Good morning, Anastasia. Good morning to your guest. Astute Talent Management is a talent management consulting firm operating out of the Bahamas that comes into any organization and helps any individual become better versions of themselves. I truly believe in the concept that Hubert has contrived with respect to the Success Summit, and my company does just that. We come in to create more successful leaders by helping current successful leaders create more.
Okay, so create more, and we love that word. What will you be sharing on at the Success Summit?
I'm actually going to be talking on the topic, who are you waiting on? And the word wait has several different meanings in this particular concept. And I'm going to be talking about your impact as a leader. I'm going to be talking about how you serve people as you lead, but also when is it time to embrace your success and your level of success. So I'm talking about primarily servant leadership and how you should, as a leader, be working to serve those that you have the privilege of leading in your organizations and throughout your life.
Excellent, excellent. I love it. Big fan of servant leadership. Certainly Hubert is hosting this at BFM, which is Dr. Miles Monroe, who really put the Bahamas and the concept of leadership on a global stage. And HE, today you started that with some young people, right? So talk to me about the young people who will be there and what will they experience today?
Well, yeah, so today is day one and we're partnering with Dr. Deitra. And as you can see, I'm sitting here in the halls of BFM and we have our banner and stuff behind us. And so today we want to speak to the students. We want to speak to the young individual. We want to bring them in and say, hey, here are some individuals who have done some things, learned some things, know some things, and willing to share some things with you. And so we are targeting the schools. We are also going to be beaming into Jamaica. There's a number of schools in Jamaica who, through the principals and guidance counselors, will be bringing the students together, and they will be consuming the conference via Zoom. And so, we're very, very excited about this. This represents growth for us this year. And so we just want to go there. We just want to step out and do it the way we always do it. You have been here before. You're a success advocate for life, and you know exactly the energy that we put into this. And so we want to spread this out to everyone. And this is really a stepping stone, as we mentioned earlier. We want to go through the entire Caribbean. So this is a stepping stone in that direction.
Excellent. And Valrie, what are you most excited for? What do you want people to walk away with as they not just listen to you, but listen to the other success advocates throughout this conference?
Well, I want them to recognize that there's nothing in life, their success is not defined by genes or circumstances, but by attitude. And it's a choice. It's a deliberate choice. And so they need to make that choice. And so all of the participants, all of the leaders who are presenting are going to be demonstrating to them how they can make that choice. What are the steps to take to make sure that they are successful on that walk towards ultimate success? And so I'm excited to be sharing that and to be listening to the others and to be learning from everyone as well.
Yeah, I love that. I love the idea that we get to learn from each other. And so much of us have so much more to share than we can imagine. But each of us in our own right is really specialized in something. We know about something. And the more we listen to each other, the better off we all are. Ahmad, for you, what is most exciting about tomorrow? Why should people come? Why should they be tuned in? What are you hoping they'll take away?
I want people to understand that success is not fame, it's not fortune, it's not a bunch of money. Success is truly making an impact in the lives that you have the privilege of being connected to. And this summit is one that gathers people that have that same kind of frame of mind and want to literally impact this world in a positive way. I want people to attend this conference with the notion that any one of us has the ability to succeed, because every one of us has something that only us has that can impact this world. And I want people to lead the Success Summit tomorrow, after today and tomorrow, understanding that who they are is intentional. And everything they have been called to do is waiting for them to unleash their level of success and start now. Do it afraid, do it uncertain, do it unaware, but do it now, because this world needs your love. This world needs your version of success.
Yes. Thank you for that, Ahmad. All right, HE, I want to tell people again if they can still register, if there is a cost associated with that so that they know. And then HE, if you could just let us know if this conference is for everyone, right? Like some people may not see the leader in themselves. Some people may not consider themselves successful. They may think, well, I can't go to that. And you can let us know, is this for leaders only? And then who is that leader? Or is this open to everyone with the understanding that there is a leader to be birthed in you, right? Success is just a few steps away. If you keep coming back, if you keep learning from our speakers, if you take the steps they say, then you're going to see that success unfold in your own life. Kind of let us know who this is for and whether or not people can still register.
You see, this is why you are a success advocate, because you just said it all a while ago. Yes, this is a conference only for leaders, and every single human being is a leader. Inside of you is leadership. Dr. Miles Monroe will tell you that we were all born not as leaders, but we have the ability to grow and develop. So if you want to be in a space where you can learn from others, and the whole idea of Success Star is that don't look at what some other persons have and so what some other persons have done. Define success in your own way. And whatsoever that success means to you, then you collaborate and you associate with individuals who will help you to become that much better. So yes, you can still go on and register. You can register today at nlsolutionsbahamas.com. nlsolutionsbahamas.com. You'll find the link so you can register and come on, or you can come down here at BFM and share in that. One of the things which is happening today, if you turn up today, Dr. Dave Burrows will be giving away some free books. And so you'll be able to get a copy, he has multiple books that he will be giving away. I have 1 or 2 copies of a book that I want to share with some persons too. So come on down, share in the idea. So if you don't want to register, if you have challenges with internet, if you can't figure out how to do that, this hall is big to hold many persons, but we want persons to be a part of this conference, be a part of this summit, to come and hear you, to come and hear Ahmad and Valrie and many others who will be presenting today and tomorrow.
All right. Well, thank you so much to the three of you for joining us. HE, I know it's a busy morning for you. You got a whole summit going on for the rest of the weekend, but we congratulate you on your persistence in bringing us this level of excellence and these level of speakers. Ahmad, Valrie, all the best tomorrow. Looking forward to learning from both of you. And of course, the Success Summit starts today. Thanks again so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Good day, everyone.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
Doctors Hospital is pleased to announce our Ambulatory Surgical Center, located at Centerville Medical Center, number 68 Collins Avenue. This state-of-the-art facility offers outpatient same-day surgical services. Our team of skilled and attentive nurses, technicians, and administrative staff are ready to serve you and provide the highest quality care while offering competitive pricing in outpatient surgeries. Patient benefits include online pre-registration, pre-surgical screening, and anesthesia evaluation and clearance, all in a safe, COVID-free environment. We're open Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. If you have questions, feel free to contact us by phone at 302-3260 or by email at surgerycenter@doctorshosp.com. Doctors Hospital, trusted and best care now. Isn't your health worth it?
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. It's been a pleasure to be with you.
Always a pleasure. Have a wonderful and a safe weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.
We sure will. Bye.